A lot of players were waiting for A.K.I.'s release, especially FANG players. So we went and asked some of the very best FANG players on Earth about their thoughts on A.K.I. Mono
is the hero of the day! You can see his family coming in!
Oh my god, they're rushing the...
and Vegapatch.
Vegapatch!
We got a lot of thoughts to share, from positive reception to absolute doom. What are your thoughts about A.K.I.? Do you agree with the pro players? Let us know in comments. But for now, let's talk about the most toxic character in Street Fighter 6.
A.K.I.'s playstyle in this game, as long as we know, is like tricky, I would describe it. It's not like pure rushdown. He can play it a little bit, but I think there are ways to stop it that are relatively easy to do. So what you have is a little bit of rushdown, a little bit of zoning, and like gimmicky stuff.
I personally think that she excels a little more in her offense.
She has some stuff that reminds me of F.A.N.G. She has that forward fierce kick that is like an improved version of the standing fierce kick from F.A.N.G. that was only +1, so it always trade. It wasn't very useful. Also, the Koa crouch is quite different, but it's similar in some ways, because in the last game, the Koa crouch might be better. It was abusable. You could do it a lot of times. It was plus on block. Here is not plus on block, but it allows for one thing that is really good, and is you can cancel it like if it was an special. You know, you can do like a standing fierce kick into Koa crouch.
That's the thing, like she has ways to get in. I feel she just doesn't have ways to keep you out. Compared to F.A.N.G. F.A.N.G. was a character that could literally keep you out most of the time. He had good offense as well, because he had a lot of plus frames, but he didn't excel in offense, but he didn't have to depend on offense as well. Like he could kill you slowly, like death by 1,000 cuts. Forward fierce, even though it's not a two-hitter, it is like a normal that she uses from far away to poke. So it reminds me of Mirenko, which is the two-hit down forward fierce that F.A.N.G. had. Her anti-airs are not as familiar. Her crouch roundhouse actually looks like Seth from Street Fighter V. The way they made poison in this game is that it has the retribution effect, that if she hits you with a poison move twice, it does a different effect. That's pretty cool. I find that very entertaining and creative. So what I think is cool about A.K.I. is obviously she's a poison character. She has reference to F.A.N.G. I like that. The fact that they decided to continue with that archetype, to me, was actually pretty cool. I was a bit surprised because I didn't think like a character like F.A.N.G. or anything near him was gonna come back.
The strength, I think, is the set play, because if the game comes her way, she can end you quickly, like really quickly, like 2.5 interactions, let's say, and you might be gone.
So her strengths are her offense and her pressure, because she has really good pressure and offense.
Her defense is abysmal. There's so many weaknesses in her defense. Like, for example, her jabs are bad, defense-wise, really bad. On offense, they are okay, but on defense, the range is just not good. You need to spend a lot of overdrive to make up for it, or you do a combo that doesn't do that much damage. So you have to guess right maybe too many times in certain rounds. Yeah, the only thing that can save A.K.I. in the corner is basically perfect parry. And a lot of pro players hate perfect parry. And that's the only thing keeping her alive. Capcom, please.
Her weaknesses is definitely her mid-screen. She doesn't really have a strong neutral with her normals, but I feel like it still has to get developed because she's a new character. She's the most difficult one in the cast right now because she has a mechanic of her own, the poison and retribution.
If I do this because I know he's gonna do this other thing, I get a really big punish. It's really cool to set up some stuff and see the big numbers in damage. She has a lot of room to discover new stuff, new tech.
Poison mechanic was actually something that they were testing in 5. They really didn't know how to balance it out. And they've done something completely different in 6 to try to like balance it out, but I feel like to make it more creative and give it a little more fear factor, because now when you're poisoned, you don't want to press too many buttons because you're scared of getting hit by a poison activation attack. So And her combos are very fun. Her offense feels cool. Her design is super cool. Like she has a really sick design. The voice actors for both Japanese and English, I love them. And the personality the character brings, even all the wind poses are really cool. She does a poison bubble that has the shape of Fang's head. That's pretty cool. And her super arts are ridiculous. Her level 3 and her critical art, I love the animation of that super.
They made a cool character for another game.